How many people have some sort of social media? How many have two or more forms of social media? I want you to think about this. You took some extra time on yourself, you did your makeup, the lighting's right, you took a selfie, you post it. 2 or 3 hours go by and not one person likes or comments on your picture. How does that start to make you feel? Do you begin to feel anxious? Do you begin to overthink and think that you shouldn't have taken that picture? Or do you begin to think, what did I do wrong? But this is all very, very normal. In today's society, we look for that kind of feedback from friends. We want to be told that we're pretty. We want to be told that our picture looks nice. We want to be told that something that we posted, we want comments on them. This is all normal. But does anybody think about the anxiety that it is actually creating? The University of Chicago found that social media is more addictive than cigarettes. Don't get me wrong, social media is not going to give you COPD, emphysema, or lung cancer. But because it doesn't give you any of those things, it's often looked at as not an addiction, something that can't hurt you. But it can. Not physically, but mentally. Between Facebook, Twitter, Insta, social media is an outlet that engages most online users. We used to get online just to play games, Google something, find a recipe. Now we get online for some self-gratification. Anxiety.org and mental health consultants, social media has becoming a provoking factor to anxiety. One of the biggest contributing factors is compare and despair. Say you're sitting there scrolling through Facebook or at one of your other social media accounts, and you come upon a friend that is looking great in their bikini in Mexico, sipping a martini next to the beach. Here you are, sloughing off, no makeup, hair's not done, pajamas, laying in the recliner. You find yourself automatically comparing yourself to that friend that's on that luxurious vacation that's probably filtered, doctored photo, but you don't see that. You see that they're doing better than you because you're sitting on a couch in your PJs. But that's one picture, just one. This comparison leads to you feeling self-conscious, having negative thoughts, and it manifests itself into a type of anxiety. A lot of people are saying it's all about quality or quantity versus quality. People are actually looking for more followers, more likes, than having fewer things. This is what's determining the way we feel. Having more likes and more retweets is more important? I don't think so. Teens are actually taking the numbers of likes and retweets and all the other stuff personally, and they're manifesting it into negative thoughts. Negative thoughts that can just manifest into bigger things unreasonably because they didn't get that one like, they didn't get that comment, or it took more than half an hour for somebody to like it or share something. Another thing is FOMO, fear of missing out. It's a big trigger. You're sitting in your pajamas in that recliner, scrolling through that Facebook, and you see yet another party or yet another wedding that you weren't invited to because you had to work. You had that slave driver of a boss. You had to work, or you just didn't feel like going, or you didn't get invited. Depression and anxiety makes up 4.7 to 7.3 of our global population. According to PEW Research Center in 2015, 92% of teens are active on social media, ranging 13 to 17 are heavy users. So of those users, 87% have access to a computer, 58% have tablets, and 3/4 of the ages 15 to 17 have their own smartphone. So they always have access. What happens if we are unable to check it? What happens if you forget your phone, which never happens, right? But if you did, how do you feel throughout the whole day? I want you to think about that. Social media has been dubbed as the double-edged sword. It's nice to interact with those friends. It's nice to interact with that family that lives in Texas. It's nice to see those pictures. But what else also it is creating is loneliness. You're no longer going to bowling to meet those friends and having those social conversations, face-to-face conversations that need to happen for you to grow. So it's causing social isolation. The adolescence period is the period where we tend to find ourselves. We are forming our identity. And this is the biggest population that is using this social media. Social media they're reliant on it. They need it. But they're not thinking of the adverse effects that it could cause, because just like smoking cigarettes, you're not going to get that cough. You're not going to get that COPD. You're not going to get that emphysema. It's all going to be up here. So there is a greater risk of developing a mental disorder in our society today because of social media and its users. So think smart when you're using your social media. And if you don't get that like, who cares? Thank you.